Hello students, welcome to your physics practical. Today we are going to learn about how to determine the density of water. The key vocabulary will come in this experiment are first one is your mass, second one is your volume, third one is your density. But do you know the definition of all these things? Okay, don't worry. Yes. Who can tell me about this? Yes, it's simple. It's a chair. Yes, this is a bed. Right, football. Yes. But why I'm showing all these images? Because this all the images, the example of the mass. Right, student. So see, what is the mass? So mass can be best understood as the amount of matter present in any object of or body. So I hope you are familiar with this word matter. Yes. So matter can be divided into the solid, liquid and gas. Right. So what is the example of the masses? A table, a chair, your bed, a football, a glass and even air. Yes. Even air has a mass. So all objects are light or heavy. It's totally depend on their mass. What next image is? Yes. Yes. So we are pouring that oil into the liquid. So what is the meaning of that? Oil floats on water. Is it? Yes. Yes. This is your balloons, but this is not your normal balloons. This is your helium balloons. So helium balloons always rises up. Why? Because helium is a lighter than the air. And helium is a noble gas. And noble gas always present in a periodic table at the last, in the last 18 group. So 18 group contain all the noble gases and noble gases are lighter than the air. That's why helium balloons rises up. So this is the example of density. So what is the density? Density is the measurement of how tightly or loosely a given substance is packed into a given volume. Okay, means it's totally depend upon that substance. Okay, and that substance means it's your matter. Yes. So matter always contain a specific arrangement of molecules, atoms or ions. So we are talking about this all the things here. Tightly and loosely. Okay. So what is the meaning of this tightly and loosely of any given substances? Means your atoms, your molecules, your ions which are actually present in that substances. So density is totally depend upon that arrangement. Okay, that arrangement of the arrangement of the atoms, ions and molecules in liquid, solid and gases. So we can calculate, okay, or we can determine the volume if you know the density of that substances. But next slide is, yes, what is it, student? Yes, this is a juice. What? Juice in a glass. So what is this, student? Yes, this is a tire, but air in tire. This is the important. Air is important in this. Yes. Okay. So this is the example of the volume. Okay. This is all the example of volume. So what is the meaning of volume? Volume is the measurement of how much space a liquid or gas takes up. Always keep in mind, student, volume is a unit and we can use this unit only for the liquid and only for the gases. We cannot use this unit for the solid. Is it? Okay, right. So volume is a measurement of how much space space of that liquid or how much space of that gas takes up in that particular substance. Okay, so this is the definition of volume. So the important definition we have to keep in your mind that this is the important definition and we have to use this definition in your experiment. So what is the density? Density is equal to the total mass. Okay, I'm highlighting that two words, total mass and total volume. Okay, so this is your scientific definition of density. Okay, so density is equal to the total mass divided by total volume. So see, this is the very simple formula. Okay, and this is very important formula. You have to know this formula if you want to calculate the density or the volume or the mass of any substances. You can use this formula. Yes, you can use one formula to calculate all these three things: mass, volume and density. So see, I'm sharing one video with you. Okay, so let's start.
Here are two identical bags. One is full of chocolate and the other one is full of gold. Which bag do you think will be heavier to carry back home? The one with chocolate or gold? Well, a bag of gold will certainly be more rewarding, but it will probably be physically impossible to carry, even for a bodybuilder. Why? Because the density of gold particles is so much higher than the density of milk or chocolate. Another example of density can be seen in the way oil floats on water, but balsamic vinegar sinks in oil. One substance is denser than another, causing the heavier liquid to sink and the lighter one to rise to the top. Generally speaking, solids are denser than liquids, and liquids are denser than gases, but this is not always the case as there are many exceptions to the rules. The density of an object can even be affected by temperature and pressure, as this changes the way the atoms and molecules bond to each other. With so many things to account for, you might be wondering how you're supposed to figure all this out. Turns out, Archimedes, a Greek mathematician, was wondering the exact same thing. He defined the properties of density and invented a handy formula so that you and I could figure out density anytime we want. Due to density's origin, it's common to see it written as the Greek letter rho. Over 2,000 years ago, Archimedes showed us that when we're talking about density, we're really referring to something's mass, how much material is present, and its volume, how much space it occupies. Even though you can change the amount of substance to alter its mass and volume, the density of the material stays the same because it's a physical property of the substance. So, if you divide something's mass by its volume, you get its density. Because of the special relationship between density, mass, and volume, you can always use this triangle if you need to find a missing variable. Or, if you want to make things easier, just hop over to okcalculator.com. Our density calculator lets users solve problems for any of the three variables with one simple click. Thanks for watching. Please take care to subscribe and share. Unified knowledge is power.
So student, this is the brief explanation about the experiment. I hope you understood all this concept and I hope you cleared all your doubts. Thank you.